In a world where Dark Othima reigns supreme as the Magic King, and Emo remains as the one whose brother probably stopped her from stepping out of the gacha gate, Gumi decided to release Memento Leader skills as a way to make the players happy. But it didn't. And if it did, I wasn't included. I mean, what on earth? Okay, fine, it's a cool concept and all, but does it have to feel so restricting? I mean, look at these leader skills. They're so cool and they're probably really useful, but whatever. Anyways, if you couldn't tell, this video is about leader skills. My previous videos from the Alchemist Code have all featured two common threads: my skills and my envy. And by envy I mean this guy. Right, the one from Full Metal Alchemist, whose job level is only level 6 and lacks the sleevelets to level up his job despite his sprite clearly wearing those sleevelets. Now, what is good about envy? For one, his leader skill. It's absolutely universal, giving every unit in your party a 50% boost in physical and magical attack, though at the cost of lowering their physical and magical defense by 30%. Thankfully, it doesn't lower it by 50%. Furthermore, he also has a skill called Homunculus Cry that raises the physical attack of all party members by a small amount. But hey, every little bit helps. Now, in practice, Envy's role is to just be there and leave. I gave him a gear that should hypothetically lower his resistance to practically every attack, and equipped over limit to lower his defenses. But for some reason, most enemies in the game tend to ignore this guy and go after the Chronomancers or something. It's a good move considering his death normally brings in someone far stronger, like this guy. It's a common tactic that I use in raids. But then I learned that not everyone has played the Alchemist Code since the beginning of the game's release. And perhaps there are some that don't have envy. And if that begs the question, if I don't have envy, whom should I use in place as a good leader skill? Now, first off, if you can form a strong magic team or possess a powerful Memento Leader skill, then go with that. But let's assume you're a free-to-play player like me, and you don't have envy. In that regard, you'd have to turn to a different field of power, Enlightenment. By fully unlocking their Gate 3, many units can bequeath more power to the rest of the party. Except for Gaian. Gaian's selfish like that. And so, as an alternative to envy, I advise players to choose one excellent Enlightened leader skill and build a squad around that. Let's take one of my teams for instance. We take out envy and replace him with another leader, like Suzuka for example. I fully enlightened her to 3rd gate, so that's been taken care of. I'll keep the dancer, just adjust her to whichever one suits your squad. In my case, I'll be dealing slash damage, so I'm going to stick with Ange. Angie? One of the other units that I will include will be Lupinus, who can serve as a summoner or a sage, whichever one will suit you, with an elemental debuff reaction and a Chronomancer subset. Now that was jargon. I'll also put Seba, as her charge up triples her attack. The subunits will be other damage dealers like Zane or Cannon, Spica or Bud. I'd go with Cannon, but only if you have Cannon's Vision Clear reward that can triple her attack. If not, probably Bud, since Spica is too low to rack up damage. You'd have to make sure Bud is at low health to get the most out of him though. Truth be told, most teams have other setups that are similar to this. You'd have to bring in units that can deal powerful burst damage alongside some supporting units. Unfortunately, a setup like this does require heavy investment to the damage dealing units, and you have to manually control your units. But regardless, there are definitely other ways to clear difficult content. The recent hard boss, Mira, practically called for a magic team to clear it, but all I did was approach it from a different angle by taking out the monsters that created that scenario to begin with. And really, that's a small reason why you still play this game, even when the 500 gem featured banners have disappeared.